Thank you. Good morning, Brigadier.
Good morning.
Now, Brigadier, just a second. In 2020, you arrest accused number 2, Mr. Ntanji. You took him to, or you have him taken for dental observation at Rustenburg or somewhere there. Is that correct?
No, partly correct, not 100% correct, my lord. In that, he was arrested on the 16th of June 2020 by Sergeant Mokhane and Mabena. That's the first one, and Mokhane. And that was, and we dealt with this, my lord, previously, and that was in relation to Wanongoma case, which we also dealt with in this court. Now, because witnesses, some witnesses, my lord, seems to suggest on the docket on this matter now before court that either the first intruder or the second intruder may have had a gold incision, not only one. Some refers to the second suspect. I recall the statement. Another one then refers to the first suspect. Because of that information that we had, he was then taken. Now that I was present now on that directive. So I was present on that day, on the 22nd of June, 2020, for dental examination, and that is how the witness that came to testify came into the picture. That was to check as to whether, as it's mentioned in the docket, that the second intruder may have had a dental incision, my lord. A gold incision, not a dental, a gold incision, my lord. Yeah, so those were the circumstances, my lord, for the dental examination.
What were the results, Brigadier? Medical investigation.
My lord, it was negative. I think also we dealt with there was a report, as I said, the witness testified, he indicated what he found, but my recollection of the report, he could not find that there was a dental, rather a gold teeth that was removed, because accused 2 did not have a gold tooth at the time. So my recollection of the report did not say there was once an artificial object in his gums that was removed. That's my recollection, my lord.
Thank you, Brigadier. Your recollection is spot on. And that was 6 years after the alleged incident of the killing of the deceased, not so? What I'm saying, that incident of accused number 2 being taken from dental medical observation happened 6 years after the killing of the deceased. They found that he never had any insect of a golden nature in his teeth.
That is correct, madam.
Thank you. Thank you, Brigadier.
Sorry, about the gold insects.
Yes, madam.
Black people in the main, you know, they have cosmetic application onto their dentals.
Yes.
You have never seen a black guy like me
I have.
having a gold teeth.
I have, my lord.
It's not a miraculous phenomenon.
Indeed, my lord.
And
Yes,
after some time, you erase that.
correct, my lord.
We all know that.
Yes, that is true, my lord. I've seen that.
Yeah. I see Mr. Ramsepidi is surprised a bit.
I'm not perplexed.
Oh, okay, fine.
What does perplex me is the qualification by His Lordship to say after some time it is taken out.
Yeah, it's fashion.
Yes, but here
Like when
medical.
you see a lady with a
piercing.
ring piercing her nose.
Yes.
After some time, she removes that. Same thing with teeth.
Yes, but here medically, in relation to my colleagues' interaction with the witnesses, that medically it was proven that accused number 2 never had such an incision.
Did you read that medical report?
I did, Dr. Hlokwe, he was
Okay,
here.
fine.
We crossed
All
the
right.
line.
Okay.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, sir.
Now, document ZZ2 from the gamma scope. You had just indicated that you got this document from Lieutenant Colonel Wood. As you requested him or her to assist you there with, no so?
The answer, my lord, is correct, but just to close the last part of the gold incision improper, but the answer to the question of Advocate Mnisi is correct, it's yes. But to close the... Can I finish, my lord?
Just a second. We are messing us around. That issue has been closed. If there is something that you want to bring to the attention of the state, to the court with regard to the golden insect or what, the state will have an opportunity to re-examine you on that. I'm now on the Takama scope document. I am on the Takama scope document, and my question relating to the Takama scope issue is, Lieutenant Wood sent you this document, and you said yes, and I'm proceeding from there. So I don't know what the problem is.
As a court case, my lord, we submit that the witness is entitled to elaborate. We've just dealt with the issue of the dental examination. Now, something has occurred to him, and he wants to go back and elaborate on his answer. We submit, my lord, that the witness is entitled to elaborate on that and should be given the opportunity to elaborate on that, my lord.
Yes, I want to respond to that.
I'm in the hands of the court, my lord.
You know, we read a case before we started this trial.
Yes.
What's that case of 1927?
Pakistan,
Not Pakistan.
Hepworth.
Yeah, we read that case.
Yes, it's Hepworth.
That case, yeah, you can't stop a witness. This is not a game. That's not me saying that. Is that case saying that I'm an administrator of justice and I'm not an umpire in a cricket game or a soccer game. If a witness wants to say anything, he's allowed to do it.
Thank you, my lord. Which is why I said I'm in the hands of the court.
Oh, yeah.
You can proceed if there's an elaboration that needs to be.
Indeed, my lord. Thank you, my lord. So what I wanted to say, my lord, is that as much as we have the medical results from which I've indicated what they say in my recollection, in the docket or the investigation, there is no evidence that says the incision, either by the first intruder or the second intruder, was medically inserted. So I just want to qualify that it does not mean we have evidence that the first intruder was taken to a medical practitioner and the gold teeth was medically inserted. So it could have been an artificial one that could have been removed. So I just wanted to qualify that we thought, obviously, these are done medically. Let us see what the medical examiner will find. But the absence of the finding does not mean it did not exist in either of the people that were seen, my lord. That's all I needed to say.
Brigadier, now you realize you're tempting me to ask you the following questions. You realize that whether or not there was a gold insert on somebody's jaw, that's a medical evidence, not so. You are a brigadier. The doctor said it wasn't there. That's what medical expertise is saying, not so. So your opinion in that regard matters not, because yours is just an opinion from a policeman who has never been a doctor.
No, I think, my lord, I don't know where is that statement coming from. I really don't know, to say I'm not a doctor, because I never claimed to be a doctor, and I never interpreted what the medical expert said. I simply said the fact that that doctor says there is no medical evidence that there was a gold incision, it does not mean there was no artificial one, because we do not have this side evidence that says the gold incision in any of the intruders was medically inserted. All we have is the description that one of the intruders may have had the gold incision. So here you have a medical report on the end to say, I've examined this person, this is my medical qualifications, and I have this finding. This side you have a description where we do not know if indeed this was medically inserted. That's the point that I'm saying, my lord. So now to say I'm now trying to pose as a doctor, I think it's really uncalled for, because at no stage did I contradict or misinterpret what the medical, the dental surgeon said, my lord.
Thank you. Brigadier, you're wrong. As I perceive it, the profession revolves around warning statements, one of which is from the Dakamascope, wherein you said that you requested the road to make Lieutenant Colonel Wood to make available the statement that is marked ZZ2, and then he or she made it available to you. But then he or she did not tell you from who did she get this document from, not so?
Yes, my lord, it is so, but I went further in my response. That was not the only part. I said I was not requested by Advocate Mnisi insofar as who is sending over that statement. But subsequent, my lord, to the adjourning of yesterday, because I realized this is becoming an issue of debate between us and Advocate Mnisi, I've then embarked on the process to request statements from all the stations where these exhibits were obtained. I do know that one from Kraflenet has already been emailed to us, my lord, and we have it from Kraflenet confirming the exhibit that was given to us. I've embarked on the same approach with Takamas as well as all other stations, so that then they can indicate that they are the authors of this document and these documents come from them. So that I've embarked on that process, my lord. And as they all become available, I will share with Advocate Mnisi, my lord.
Brigadier, that was not my question. You just said a sermon, our Father who art in heaven, and you said it in Latin. Brilliant. My question is simply that you said yesterday that Lieutenant Ruo did not tell you or did not bring it to your attention who did he or she get this document from, not so. I'm just recapping on what happened yesterday, not so.
I think those remarks can be ignored. Once again, my lord, it's important for counsel to extend courtesy to a witness. The witness was asked a question and he has answered to his best endeavors. Now, this somewhat demeaning proposition is made to a witness, we submit that that is uncalled for, and Advocate Mnisi should withdraw that.
No, there is absolutely nothing which is demeaning here. There's nothing wrong, my lord. That's my submission.
Finding there is something wrong about it. This witness never recited the Lord's Prayer. Now you can continue.
It's a, what do they call it now, my lord?
It's sarcasm.
It's not sarcasm.
For me, it's sarcasm.
That's the interpretation of the court. No,
Yes.
thank you, my lord.
And I
my
know-
question
I
was
know
very-
English.
Yes, my lord.
In other words, this witness is being belittled.
No,
That's my view.
thank you, my lord. My question is simple. Yesterday you said Ruot gave you this document, but Ruot never told you who he or she got this document from. Not so. That's my simple question, and that's what you said yesterday.
My lord, because really I don't know, because I've said this so many times about the manner in which Advocate Mnisi really wants to deal with issues, and I've pleaded with him that can we focus on the business of hand without being just play the ball and not the man. That's all that I'll ask, my lord. Insofar as the question that was asked, I've answered the question. I do not understand this selective listening by Advocate Mnisi, because I've answered the question. I've said yes, I agree with you. Added, which is now deemed or termed to be the Lord's Prayer, and it's a big difference. I don't know how do you compare what I'm saying before court with the Lord's Prayer, even if then you don't believe in God. I just don't see how you narrate the two. I've answered the question as it was asked to me, and not for the first time. I think today is the third time I've answered the question affirmatively to say this is what I've said yesterday. But then I've qualified it to say to avoid the debate that I could see yesterday that we are driving to. I then embarked on the process of requesting statements from all the stations where these exhibits come from. That's the only thing that I've added. But the question was answered, my lord. Now to say I did not say that and I'm embarking on the Lord's Prayer is really unbecoming, even of Advocate Mnisi as a court official, my lord. And I will just ask that can we please focus on the business at hand and stop arguing on pertinent issues. And lastly, my lord, my understanding of myself and Advocate Mnisi as court officials, I thought we are here to assist the court in coming to the truth. And I don't understand why now, if I want to indicate something which I think will assist the court in getting a clear picture, that information must be suppressed. What do you have to hide? We are here to assist the court with the facts. And all that I'm saying arise from the questions that are being asked, and then I will narrate so that the picture is clear. I don't just come and say something that does not come or arise from the questions that are put to me.
I'm not so sure whether you're done, Brigadier. I think it seems to me like you've got a lot that is in your chest that you want to take out. You may proceed to take it out.
No,
Be very patient before I start with my cross-examination.
No, you can start. I'm done, my lord. Like I said, all I want and the plea that I'm making is that can we focus on the business at hand and leave pertinent issues, my lord. Because if I can do the same thing to Advocate Mnisi, it will not sit well. And I think as court officials, both of us, him and I, and Sina for that matter, at this level, we can at least maintain the decorum of this court and just focus on the issues at hand. That's all that I'm asking for him, to maintain the decorum of the court, because I'll give him the same courtesy and then deal with the issues that are beforehand.
You've got anything further, Brigadier?
We ask you to delay it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Back to Takamasko. Now, do you realize that the document that you received from Root, from the Kamascope, that's got no police insignia?
It's got no what?
Police insignia.
That's correct, my lord.
Thank you. For now, let us put aside the Kamascope. Let's go to ZZ3.
Yeah, but my lord, sorry. Yes, we can go to ZZ3, but that does not mean it's not a police document. It is a police document because I have seen, in my experience, warning statements without a police insignia, which are coming from the police. So what I can say, this is a warning statement that is being used at the time when Colonel Roth obtained it. And hence I said we will get an affirmation in the form of a statement from that station.
You'll tell me when you're done.
I'm done, my lord.
Thank you. Now, just to recap again, yesterday, you told the court that you do not know of any authority that say a specific document must be used when a warning statement gets taken from a suspect, not so?
The last part, please, my lord. The last part, please. Can you please rephrase the last part?
Oh, I'm saying, you told the court yesterday that there's no authority that says what specific document must be used when a warning statement gets taken from a witness, not so? I mean, from a suspect, not so?
I've said, my lord, there is no authority that prescribes a specific document as the only document that must be used when a warning statement must be taken. And I even refer to the booklet that we're dealing with, the 3M, that it is not prescribed as the only document that must be used by SAPS. To date, as I'm standing here, when you take a warning statement, there is no such authority, my lord.
This document is Z3, it's written South African Police Service, and there's an Afrikaans version, South African Police Teams. It's a warning statement by suspect, and then apparently it's written Graf Reinet case. I assume this came from Graf Reinet, not so?
That is correct, my lord.
Now, from Graf Reinet, who assisted you with this document?
This one also, my lord, was coordinated by Colonel Roth, and subsequent to that, the statement that I said was emailed from Krafrenet, because I said I've made a request. So the statement from Krafrenet, from the people who actually gave this document to Colonel Roth, have responded and have sent us the email. So with the statement of confirming this document, so that I have.
I think my question is very succinct. It relates to the person who wrote this document for Road to come and give it to you. I want the name of that person at Krafrenet who gave Road this document.
My lord, I'm answering the question. I'm saying, in light of what transpired yesterday, and I've said this, I am back on the process to support this document with an affidavit from the relevant station. Subsequent to that, an affidavit from Krafrenet. So the document first came from Colonel Roth, as I've said. But subsequent to that, there's a statement from Krafrenet that attached the same document from the people of Krafrenet confirming that this is what they're using. So you have Colonel Roth who produced this document when it was marked to me, and she didn't give me the name, but subsequently Krafrenet themselves have now responded attaching the same warning statement to say this is what they're using, my lord. And this document is available, my lord. I've already shared with the state.
Have you given it to the prosecutor?
Yes, I did, my lord.
Brigadier, you have been lamenting that you should be treated with dignity, respect, and courtesy. Those features are earned. I'm asking you a simple question. Who from Graf Reinet gave Rood this document? Who then Rood in turn gave it to you? I want the name of that person who gave Rood this document in Graf. I don't want a lot of things. The name.
My lord, I've answered the question. I don't know how best can I answer it. I've answered
Who
the
did you
question.
say is the name of the person?
Can
So
I,
if
can
you
I
answered
still,
this.
but I'm still talking about it, Mnisi. I've answered the question and I've said I've got a document from Lieutenant Colonel Roth. No name was given. And I've indicated from yesterday that there was no request. Advocate Mnisi, when he made a request to me, he said I must assist insofar as obtaining these documents for him. No request was made that I must also get the name as to where they come from and the police insignia. Now, an impression is given as if now we've collected certain things without collecting them properly, whereas he made a specific request, and when I'm telling him I've made the request, because if the issue, my lord, is the authenticity, and that's why I dealt with it yesterday, as to where these documents are coming from, I've made that request as to where they're coming from, the documents are coming. If that is in question, we can collect those documents and then we can carry on, but an impression must not be given as if we selected what we get. There was no request from Advocate Mnisi for me to get the names of the people who are giving us these documents. It was only to say, you may now assist us, but after long up and down, assist us now in getting the documents. No name was requested. As a result, my lord, I never made such a request to Colonel Roth. She would have done it if I had asked to say, get me the name or get the statement or the changes to where these things are coming from. That is why I'm back on that process, my lord, and I have the results from Krafrenet.
Are you done, Brigadier?
I'm done, my lord.
Thank you. So briefly, what is your answer? Is you do not know the name of the person.
What I know, my lord, is that Stephanus Kruger is the one who disposed an affidavit after my request, attaching and confirming that the document that Colonel Roth gave me is the one that they're using at Krafrenet. That is as per his affidavit. Insofar as what Colonel Roth, which is similar affidavit, a warning statement, she didn't give me the name, my lord. That's why I've said this, because it was not requested. But Stephanus Kruger, a police officer from Krafrenet, confirms that this is the document that they're using. And this affidavit coming from Krafrenet is the one that I said I've given to the state, my lord, in the morning, so that he can share with the defense.
So there's an affidavit that was deposed to by Stephanus Kruger, who is the one that sent this document to Ruos. Yeah, to Ruod. Is that what I'm saying?
No, it's not what I'm saying, my lord. I'm saying Colonel Roth, insofar as both exhibit 22, ZZ2 and ZZ3, she didn't give me the name. In the process of embarking and trying to curtail what we're going through in establishing where are these documents coming from, I then thought it will be in the interest of justice for me to go to these stations, contact them and request them to confirm the type of warning statements accompanied by a statement, so that there's no dispute as to where these documents are coming from. And I'm saying, in light of that, Graf René, then under Mr. Stephanus Kruger, disposed an affidavit attaching a document similar to the one that Colonel Roth sent to me to say, this is what we are using, this is what we've been using, and this is what we are currently using when we take warning statements.
Sorry, can I have a, unless I'm accused of colluding, can I have a cite of the document you're referring to?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you're referring to a statement, an affidavit, and apparently Mr. Baloyi has got that, Mr. Raff,
that's
Mr.
also-
Pidi, you have it also. And Ms. Solomon has it, and Mr. Mnisi has it, and I'm the only person who doesn't have this document. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, my lord. I'm not so sure what you're talking about. I don't have an affidavit. It
You
has
didn't
not
give
been handed
it,
to me.
yeah, fine. You didn't give it to Mr.
Give
Mnisi.
it to everyone and is there
He says you never gave it to him.
on other
No, he never
papers.
gave it to me, my lord. There are papers that are lying around here, so I don't know what is it that they are here for.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Mr. Baloyi never brought that to my attention and said, this is what is from...
Yeah. Hey,
You never gave it to me. Just be sincere with the court.
okay, I have the document and I'm going to place the contents on record. It's from a certain Roots Mariki. So she's a lieutenant colonel, Miss Roots.
Yes,
It's
from
not
my
a
office.
constable.
No,
It's a very senior
Indeed,
police.
my lord.
Yeah, lieutenant colonel
Yes.
Ruth Meiki. She's part of the National Cold Case Unit. And she cites herself as a lieutenant colonel. Sent on Tuesday, the 21st January 2025 at 9:19 to the National Cold Case Unit. The subject is forward warning statement. On the body of the note, on the 21st January 2025, 8:03, EC Graf Renet, Detective Kruger, HS, who is a warrant officer apparently, was written a letter. Goeie môre, kolonel. He wrote the letter.
Yes, ma'am.
Ven aangeheg soos per u versoek. And it is signed, well, it's not signed, it's noted by Stefan Kruger, who apparently is a detective warrant officer. And he's a group leader, detectives, Graf Renet, SAPS. He's got his 2 cell phone numbers on the document. Right, it's actually a note, which I think I should read because there's to and froing about a simple statement written by one Harold Kruger, declares under oath, I'm an adult male, born on the 16th of July 1971. He gives his identity number and it says he resides at 14 Loopshire Street, Graf Renet. He gives his cell phone number. I'm employed as a detective warrant officer at Graf Renet SAPS Detective Branch. And then he also gives the telephone number. And then he cites what he calls a Persil number. And then it goes on and says, save where the converse appears to, from the context, the facts contained in this affidavit fall within my personal knowledge and are to the best of my belief both accurate, true, and I'll be liable to prosecution if any facts contained herein is not to my knowledge and or belief or is false and inaccurate. I'm the group leader of the Graf Renet Detective Unit, and as such I oversee all daily tasks and duties of the detectives under my command. One of my duties is to ensure continuity and ensure that dockets sent to court are done so in a proper and legal manner. This includes ensuring that documents we use are approved by the South African Police Management, as well as acceptable to the members of the Justice Department. We are presently using an adapted warning statement, and it is widely accepted in our district. The advocate of our regional court at the time of introducing the updated warning statement, Mr. D. Bacchus, had approached us with concerns regarding shortcomings in the warning statements we were using. He stated that it did not conform to Section 35 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. A short while later, we received the present warning statement from his office. And in conjunction with myself, we managed to compress the contents into the present 3-page document, which encompasses all the requests of the court. Each police station had previously used a standard warning statement, which was both in English and Afrikaans, but this one did not conform. So we discontinued the use of that one and opted for the new revised one, which is presented only in English as per the national instructions. Attached, find a copy of the warning statement currently being used at Graafrenet SAPS. And then it's taken an oath, and it is signed by himself. And he says, I certify that the deponent has acknowledged that he knows and understands the contents of the declaration which was sworn to before me, and the deponent signs, and it was placed thereon in my presence at Graafrenet. And the Commissioner of Oaths, who attested this document, has also signed. And it is attached to what is said to be a warning statement by a suspect, a form, that is. And this form, I suppose it is a specimen which the gentleman refers to. All right, can you give this citation, Mr. Balui? Yeah.
It will be exhibit, I'm sorry, it will be exhibit ZZ3 in brackets A.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Brigadier. Honestly, this has never been brought to my attention. As you were saying, that is an affidavit that you attended to the state. I thought that the state would still come and hand it over to you. It's never been brought to. Otherwise, I would not have insisted on the name of the person who received this document from. Do you understand?
My Lord, I understand the response, but this is what I try to explain over and over again in my response. Because in my response, because that's exactly why then me and Advocate Mnisi then end up bumping it, because he tend to think I'm explaining unnecessary things. Yet I explain things that I think he doesn't understand. Because I could see that there seems to be a gap from what I have and what he's telling me. I knew there was an affidavit, I knew that he should have it, and it was clear that he's asking me what it should be before him. But I do understand, my Lord.
Yeah, thank you. Although the court took the liberty to read the content of this affidavit into record, but what is contained in paragraph 4, it's simply an indication that this document does not come from South African Police Services. It's a creation of what Graafrenet is, a creation of Graafrenet Police Station, and in conjunction with prosecution. Thank you.
Yes, my Lord, but it confirms what I've said. There is no prescribed form according to the standing orders of the South African Police. It's exactly, paragraph 4 confirms exactly that, my Lord.
Thank you. This now we're making a bit of a progress. Now let's go to ZZ4. It's a document from Nelspruit. Apparently, it's from the South African Police Services. Because it has got a South African Police insignia. It's also written there, South African Police Service. It's a warning statement by a suspect that is from Nelspruit. Now again, similar exercise. From Nelspruit, who did you get this document from?
So this one, my Lord, was requested, so I'll put the sequence of events. This was requested, rather the member from my office, Sergeant Mongo specifically. I think it's before court, yes. Because he's doing investigation that side, he was tasked by me to say he must then check in Nelspruit as to what type of a warning statement. So the warning statement, ZZ4, was received or given to me through Sergeant Mongwe, but no name as well as to who gave it to him. And as I said, my Lord, no request of the names were given to me. But subsequent to yesterday's proceedings, the same exercise that I've embarked on in Graafrenet, it has been done with Nelspruit, and we will be getting an affidavit to that effect. But to answer specifically, Sergeant Mongwe from my office was tasked to get this document and is the one that made it available to us. He didn't give me the name as to who gave it to him because there was no such request, my Lord.
So is your testimony that there will be information that is forthcoming as to who Sergeant Mongo got this document from? So,
Yes, there will be information similar to ZZ3A, my lord, insofar as ZZ4 and all other ZZ statements, in other words, warning statements. There will be information forthcoming similar, to what ZZ3A is saying.
Why do you call this document warning statement? It is a form.
Yes, it is a form, my lord.
Yeah.
I'm simply
And I'm sorry to interfere. And this document, it's like the judge's rules. When were they incorporated? 1939 or 40 what? You don't know?
I think it was in 1941. I'll have to check.
Yeah, I think it's Watermeyer. And all that section 35 of the Constitution has done is to take Watermeyer's thinking. That's all. Judge's rules. Even today, they are still applicable. Mr. Ramsipi. That's all. We're busy with a document which encapsulates what is applicable or found, what was applicable in
1931.
1931.
It was during, they were approved at a conference in Cape Town
That's
in
it.
1931.
Yeah. So I really, anyway, you can go on.
My lord,
Now you can go.
I think I need to put the court in a proper perspective as to the reason why am I embarking on this process. Brigadier Gininda says there is no authority that says what specific document must be used when a warning statement is to be taken from the police.
Yeah, fine, I heard him.
He says that in the context of the South African Police Services, he does not represent himself as he's standing there. He's representing the South African Police Services. We've got the minister, we've got the commissioner, the national commissioner. So basically, he is saying that the national commissioner is telling this court that there is no authority that says what specific documents must be used when a statement is to be when a warning statement is to be taken from a suspect, which is the reason why I'm embarking on this process.
That's why I was just explaining the origins of the law.
Yes, my lord.
And this comes from England.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is basically the reason why I'm embarking on this so seemingly tedious exercise. It is not tedious. It is so seemingly tedious, my lord. But nonetheless.
No, because every warning statement in South Africa.
Yes, my lord.
Since 1997. When was the Constitution? 1996.
The interim constitution.
Yeah, it's after the interim Constitution.
Yes.
It encapsulates section 35
Yes.
of the Constitution.
Yes.
Even this document, I am notified the following with reference to section 35 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, Act 108 of 1996. And the person's rights are encapsulated here. That's what's important in this document.
I'm
So,
of a different view, my lord. If the court is reading it in such a cursory way and say, this is what is encapsulated in this document, I've got a different view from what the court has.
Fine, yeah, fine.
Thank you, my lord. Now, we'll be waiting for Mongwe. You said Sergeant Mongwe to come and tell us from who did he get this document from, or at least an affidavit from the person that he got this information from. Thank you. ZZ5. It's a document from Enadale. I think that is the same process. We do not know who this document comes from within the precinct of Enadale police station, not so. Specifically, who said take this document from Enadale, not so.
Yes, it is so, as well as the last exhibit, my lord, that is from Boysen. But these ones were brought to my attention by Warrant Officer Mukwena from my office. But same, my lord, Enadale, as well as the Boysen one, I think Advocate Mnisi still has the one of Boysen. Warrant Officer Mukwena was in charge of both. Also on those both forms, I'm using the same forms, my lord. No name was given as I indicated because the request for names from Advocate Mnisi was not given. However, the same process, my lord, of disposing, of getting an affidavit from those relevant stations is also coming, and we should have that information today.
Thank you, Brigadier, my lord. I do not want to infringe on the human dignity and human rights of other people, colleagues, not really people of our colleagues. I realize that it is almost 21 minutes past 11. 5 minutes after we should have taken a tea break, my lord. May we then take it? And to also enable the accused here to stretch up. They've been seated for a long time.